So without these marks, you don't really know which letter you're using. As you can see, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 nas, right? So it's a complex language. What do we have? 26 letters in our alphabet, and this has 50, right? Okay, and then so we've got like 2 B's, and we've got 4 D's and 4 T's, and like there's a lot of letters in this alphabet, and we're never going to be able to pronounce it the way that the people in India pronounce it, because unless we're raised there, we don't get those brain receptors how to put the tongue in these different areas. Okay, so when it comes to like the 3 S's, we're not going to be as precise, and so we don't want to worry about it. But when we're trying to write it out, it is good to know which are the correct letters for what we're doing. So this is a great book, Sacred Sanskrit Words, and what I like about it doesn't have all the words in there, but for the words it has, it writes the Sanskrit really big, plus it has all the diacritical marks. So if you want to practice with your Sanskrit, this is a great little book, okay? And then this is another favorite of mine, The Language of Yoga by Nikolai Bachman. And it's a great resource because it has like tons of information with the Sanskrit and the diacritical marks, all the chakras, and we'll go through a bunch of this movements, the elements, the kriyas, so a whole bunch of terminology, how to count, and then a ton of asanas with their names and what they mean. Mm-hmm. So for example, we've been working with child's pose, balasana is a common name for it, right? And then I call it pranatasana because that's got a different connotation to it. So it's what is the translation? And some call it garbhasana. Okay, so which one is it? Well, child's pose is balasana because bala is like baby or child. Garbhasana is the fetal position. So we're translating the fetal position, garbha, right? And then pranatasana is when you're in the child's pose. I think I don't know if I mentioned it. You are restricting the flow of circulation in the legs, and then it can easily flow up the spine. Prana is the same thing. You're restricting the flow of prana in the legs, so it flows up through the chakras. So it's called pranatasana because of that infusion of prana through your chakras. What a wonderful thing as a counterpose to infuse your chakras with prana, right? So it's the translation. So this book is super great because it actually tells you the word like Vatayanasana, horse posture, okay? Parigasana, it's like the beam for shutting a gate, so we often call it gate pose, right? And so he's using the words like Pincha Mayurasana, feather peacock pose. So you know what words he's using, and he's translating that into Sanskrit, okay? And so it's a great resource, but the bonus also is he's got 2 CDs in the back. So if you're driving somewhere, you can just plug these in and just say the words along with them, and you'll get the practice of saying all these asana names, right? So it's called The Language of Yoga by Nikolai Bachman. And I just love this book. Now he does say some things a little funny, like but he's really exaggerating so you can understand it. Okay, so a couple of rules, and I think I have these in your book. Yeah, on page 52, okay, under the learning objectives. So A is always like A. So it's never asana, it's asana. Okay, so A is never like apple, it's A. A is always A. Okay? And then I is always E. Okay, Ida, Pingala, right? So it's never Ida. I is always E. This is just like Spanish, okay? It will help you speak Spanish, exactly. So you is always oo. Okay, it's not you, it's oo. Okay, so oo. Om mani padme hum. And we can talk about the confusion with that because that's not anybody's fault other than how people transliterate. So E is always like the letter A, right? Or the Canadian A, right? So E is always like A. Okay, so Eka grada is 1 point. Eka is 1. Okay, so it wouldn't be Ika, it would be Eka. Okay? And then AI, I. That's your I sound, I. Okay? And then PH, PH is never F. PH is always P. Everything with an H is aspirated, P. Okay, so I've heard people call the plank pose Phalakasana. It is not Phalakasana. It is Palakasana. Okay? There is no F sound in the Sanskrit. Okay? And then TH is never like the. Okay? So we've got a couple, but it's never like that. So Hatha Yoga. Okay? There is no the sound. Hatha Yoga. I mean, if you go out and call it Hatha Yoga, that's fine. But just know that that's not in Sanskrit. That's westernized, okay? So, TH is never the.
Sorry, Mugs.
Yes.
Hatha, we don't pronounce the IH then?
Hatha. Hatha Yoga.
Okay, but you don't say Hatha. Hatha Yoga.
I can't.
You say the H before the A and the first syllable.
Ha.
Hatha.
No, it's not like that. It's not like Spanish. You say every letter in
You
Spanish.
say it, okay.
Hatha.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Now I get what you're saying. No, it's not Atha Yoga, it's Hatha. Ha is a very important vowel in it. Or actually, it's a consonant. I apologize. Ha. This is another form, but I'll show you that after. Okay, and then CH is never an S sound. We already have 3 S's. So chakra is not the way you pronounce chakra. It's like cha cha cha. Okay, chakras, 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 chakras. Okay, and so sometimes in the books you'll see chakra written just with a C, and they don't even put the H, and that is because here they're putting a double H. So this sometimes they just write a CA and CHA. So this is even a harder cha. Okay, so CH is not smooth like an S, or you're going to be saying something different, okay? So cha-cha-cha, cha-cha-cha. Think of chakras, cha-cha-cha. Okay, and V. There is no W in Sanskrit. So we see it written a lot, Saraswati, etc., right? But it's a va, and it's a soft va, like a VW, which is why they'll often write it as W. But if you see a transliteration of Saraswati in English, you can't find a W, so you use a V. It's Sarasvati, okay? And those are the subtleties. What I like about in this book is Nikolai Bachman explains the difference between Sanskrit and Hindi, because all through India we have different dialects, and then a lot of people who are Hindi become yogis and they speak in Hindi as opposed to Sanskrit. So in Sanskrit every letter is pronounced. So bija mantras are bija. If you drop the A, that's Hindi. That, like you said yesterday, Bij mantra, then that's a Hindi influence, okay? We hear people say Bhujangasan versus Bhujangasana. Dropping the A means they're speaking in Hindi, okay? So it doesn't mean it's wrong, right? So like Hiradaya, when she comes around, and hopefully some of you will be blessed, well, some of you probably have been blessed with attending Hiradaya's things in Prince George. But she comes to Vancouver and the Okanagan and various areas. She's spent most of her life living in India, most of her adult life in a bhakti yoga ashram, which means you don't do asana, you just chant and meditate and study. And so she calls Shiva Shiv because her teacher had the northern influence of Hindi, but that is not a Sanskrit form. Shiva is Shiva. Okay, so those are just some cues. So he says the things in here. In Hindi, there is an F sound, but in Sanskrit it's P. Okay, and so just so that we're not running around saying somebody is saying it wrong, right? So for example, Patanjali, that's how you pronounce his name in Sanskrit, but others would pronounce it Patanjali, and that's a different dialect from somewhere else. Like we westernize all the words, right? So chakra is a westernization of chakra, okay? So it's not that they're wrong, they're just not speaking correct Sanskrit. So we don't want to run around and correct everybody that way.
Is it kind of just, if you can understand what they're saying, then just go with the flow?
And then you might even say, oh, what region of India did you come from? Because different regions of India have different dialects, so then they would say it differently. You'll hear that a lot, Patanjali, and for some, why are they saying it Patanjali? So we'll get into a little bit of that now to play with these sounds. So we're first going to just repeat these letters. And what the line over means is that it's held twice as long. Right? So the A is longer. E, U, right? So those are actual vowels to hold it twice as long. So, Jewel, remember you were saying, like, I've seen R written with an I, right? Okay, so this is, and then so these are really hard, but you're rolling the R. This dot means you're using this palate. So get your tongue in the palate. A, I, O, ow, ha. Okay, so this H dot under is a ha sound as well. And this M dot under kind of nasalizes it. So it's okay? All right, so let's listen to this. Let's see if this is still all well set up. This is Nikolai.
I, u, u.